Okay, welcome to Module 4, Cover Letters. Cover letters are called that because they cover the resume and they go along for the ride when you're applying for jobs. It's important for you to understand what the employers are asking for, so they do you a big favor when they provide you with a position description, such as this one. Here's for a customer service rep. They give you a brief description of the duties that this person does, and they list the qualifications. Must be proficient in Microsoft Office, have a marketing or business degree, customer service experience, leadership skills, excellent written and verbal communication, a 3.0. So these are the things you need to include in your cover letter and hopefully on your resume, so they can see that you match up to the qualifications they're looking for. So pay a lot of attention to what employers are asking for and be sure to give it back to them. The more you can match up to their wants and needs, the better your chance of getting an interview. All right, let's talk about cover letters. The cover letter does the talking for you, tells them why you're writing, how you learned about the position, why you're a good fit, what you want to do, and your skills and accomplishments. Cover letter is 3 or 4 paragraphs, no longer. It should be on one page. Use the same font as your resume, use the same font size, same margins, so everything should match. First paragraph, get right to it. Introduce yourself, why you're writing, and the source of referral. Second and third paragraph is the highlight film. This kind of talks about why you think you'd be a good candidate. And then finally, the closing, you mention any attachments you've included, ask for an interview, be proactive, and indicate that you'll call them whenever possible. All right, so let's take a look at different letter writing style. This is called block style, and the reason for that is everything blocks on the left margin with no indents. So let's see how the letter is set up. It starts with your address and today's date. Your name goes at the bottom, not at the top. Then the inside address, their name, their title, organization, street, city, state, and zip. Then the greeting or the salutation. Always try to get the name of a person that you can send this letter to. If it's a woman and you don't know, you can use MS period, Ms. If you know she's single, you can use Miss. If she's married, you can use Mrs. When in doubt, use the MS for women. If you cannot find the name of the person, then dear sir or madam is the standard greeting. First paragraph, get right to it, indicate why you're writing and the source of your referral. You can see in this case, I'm interested in applying for the head basketball coach position, which was advertised on the National Basketball Coaches Association webpage. Second and third paragraph, really highlights your skills and qualifications as they relate to the job you're applying for. So why should they pay attention to you? Why would you be a good candidate? And then the last paragraph, ask for the interview, mention any enclosures. Then you're going to have the sincerely, skip 4 spaces, write your name, and then sign your name. So this is a typical letter in block format. All right, so this letter is semi-block. So the difference now, you tab your address and date over 2/3 of the way across the page, and the sincerely, your signature, and your name all are on that same tab. Each of the paragraphs is indented 5 spaces, but all the other, let's go back. All the other aspects of the letter are the same, but this one is called semi-block. So pick one or the other, but don't mix them up. Either be block style or be in semi-block. Okay, final tips. Use either style. Use keywords and phrases. Avoid a lot of personal pronouns like I, me, my. Be clear and concise. Mention your availability. Proofread. No mistakes or typos. Watch your grammar. All right, if you're going to send it by snail mail, which people still do, it's a good approach. type the envelope, you're going to put your name and address up here in the corner, put the name of the person down here. You definitely want to type these. You don't want to handwrite job applications. All right, we already mentioned this is the standard block style. Here's an example of a letter. So this is a letter of application. We're going to talk about the different types of correspondence now. A letter of application is when you know there's a job available and you're applying for it. And so basically right here in the first paragraph is where you would ask for the position you're applying for and mention the referral. And then you would talk about why you'd be qualified. Okay, this is a sample letter of application in semi-block. So here they're interested in applying for a position in the English department at a high school, and then they talk about why they would be a good candidate. You can, notice here in the paragraph my transcripts are being forwarded. I've enclosed the names of references. I would welcome the opportunity to discuss my qualification and interview. I will contact you. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at this number. Great technique for job search. Another letter of application. Another letter of application in block format. Okay, here we go. Thank you letter. So these are other types of letters you're going to send after an interview. Going to send a thank you letter. This one's in semi-block. So again, the tabs are over here. Each paragraph indented. But you can't go wrong with typing up these letters and making them look professional. But with thank you letters after interviews, at the very least, thanking them for the opportunity to interview and for taking the time. So you can see here, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. And then you can restate your qualifications, why you think you'd be a good candidate. And then simply just say, I appreciate your time. If you need anything else, give me a call. I look forward to hearing from you. So very basic letter, but very strong in terms of thanking them for their time and restating your interest in the position. An acceptance letter, this comes after you're offered a job. So you can see here, I was very pleased to receive your phone call to become a member of your organization. I accept your offer. So this is pretty standard. You would restate kind of what they've offered you, the amount of salary, the start date, things like that. And then you can restate why you think you'd be a good person to join their team. Notice that the format of the letter is always the same. Decline offer. So if you decide to decline the offer, thank you very much. After considerable thought, I've decided to accept another position which fits my needs and qualifications more closely. Thank you again, sincerely. So very basic letter, but letting them know that you are not accepting the position. When you're setting up an informational interview, this would be another letter you would send. You can see here, I'm writing on the recommendation of Professor Edwards. He suggests that I contact you. I'm interested in setting up an interview. I will call you and try to set up a time. Again, using the standard letter format.